For the installation of the Campy UltraTorque conversion bottom bracket, you'll need one conversion BB. You're going to need some anti-seize. In Europe they call it copper slip. You'll need some grease, some longer bottom bracket tools so you can get some leverage. You'll need a press tool, and then for removal you'll need a rubber mallet and a cup removal tool. Let's begin. For the BB30, you will unscrew the drive cup and you're going to remove the included Delrin sleeve that comes with it. You don't need this for BB30, so you set it off to the side. On the non-drive cup, please make sure the non-drive O-ring is there, and you're going to grab some anti-seize, and you're only going to place it on the edges of the bottom bracket because these are the press areas that actually touch the aluminum BB30 part of your frame. So you're just going to wipe some anti-seize on the edges, get a good coating, and again, this is the non-drive side. And then you're going to grab the drive cup. When laying this on, you're going to want to make sure that it's on the threads and on the smooth taper area just above the threads. And get a good slathering along the threads and the smooth taper. This is what it'll look like when it's ready for BB30 installation. For PF30, you're going to leave the Delrin sleeve on the non-drive cup. I'm going to show it to you here so everyone's clear. This Delrin sleeve comes with the bottom bracket, and it just slides on and off the non-drive cup. Again, you're going to want to make sure the O-ring is always on the non-drive side, and this Delrin sleeve slides on and off. It's a diameter change from 42 millimeters to 46, which are the two different sizes, and you slide it on, and we're not going to use anti-seize on this. Since it's Delrin, you're just going to put a nice little glaze of grease on the Delrin sleeve, and then put it off to the side. Now on the drive cup and the threads again, you are going to use anti-seize, so please grab your anti-seize and spread it out on the threading and on the smooth taper area above the threads, making sure that you have good coverage of the anti-seize all the way around. For the installation of the non-drive cup, please inspect your frame to make sure that nothing can get in the way of the non-drive cup from pressing through. On BB30 frames, you're going to remove the C-clips, and you're also going to double check on both types of frames if there's any type of mechanical guide poking through. Just make sure the frame is clear. Take your non-drive cup and making sure again that your O-ring is on the non-drive side, and just press it in the non-drive side of the frame. You're going to get it about 80% of the way there. This goes for both BB30 installation and the PF30 installation. Just press it in as far as you can go. At this point, you're going to grab your press tool. You're going to feed it on through, and you're going to get ready to gently press the non-drive cup in. Please remember, you are not going to compress the O-ring. You're simply pressing in the non-drive cup gently to where the O-ring just touches and kisses the side of the frame. You are not compressing this O-ring. It's very important. Once that's pressed in, remove your tool, and you can see that the non-drive cup is all done, ready to go, and onto the drive side. Now take your drive cup, which you have the anti-seize on it, and you're going to turn it clockwise, and you can thread it in a good amount of the way with your hand. Thread it on down and until it stops. At this point, you're going to grab your two bottom bracket tools. One is going to hold the non-drive side steady, and it's not going to turn. It's just giving you leverage so you can turn the drive side. Clockwise, you're going to turn the drive cup. Now, this cup needs to be turned until it bottoms out on the non-drive cup. There is a machined stop on the drive cup that will set against the non-drive cup, and you will stop precisely on spec. So turn until it stops and bottoms out, and you're done. At this point, the drive cup is flush to the frame. There is no gap on the drive side, so you'll see that the cup is flush, and you can move on to the crank. Take the wavy washer, slide it down the non-drive side of the crank, and set it into the cup on the non-drive side. Take your drive side and carefully position it through and press that together. We just push it together with our hands while we're just setting it up. Now at this point, we just wrist tight with the Allen wrench, the main bolt, and you're going to want to grab your Campy instructions and grab your torque wrench, and you will tighten this down to Campy specification. You will please note that you have the outer clip spring holes in the drive cup. Once the crank is on, you're going to feed this into one side right here, and then we use needle nose pliers and just grab that, and it wraps around the cup in a channel and snaps into place. And again, this comes with the bottom bracket. And once it's set, the installation is done. For the removal, it's basically the same steps backwards. Starting with the outer spring clip, just take your needle nose pliers, undo one side, and then basically work yourself around and unclip the other side. After the spring clip is off, you're going to back out the main crank bolt and you're going to remove both arms. And when you pull this off, make sure on the non-drive side that you grab the wavy washer and it doesn't fall to the floor. Just keep that together. And there, the crank's off. And now you're going to unscrew the cups again. So using the non-drive cup holding steady, just counterclockwise remove the drive cup. And this is for leverage. Once the drive cup is unthreaded, then you're going to grab your cup removing tool. You're going to come in from the non-drive side, and we built in a lip for the tool to catch. You'll hear that noise, and now you're engaged, and you can grab your rubber mallet. I brace the frame, and then you give it a couple good hits. And the non-drive cup comes out. Grab the non-drive cup with the O-ring and pull it on out. And that's how it's removed. For PF30, you still have the Delrin sleeve in the frame, so using the same cup removal tool, just gently hold it up to the side of the frame and ever so slightly just tap and it will start moving out. Once you have the cup started, generally you can grab a rag and pull it out. Wipe the frame out and you're done.